Yeah, yeah. Fresh out the cell with a plan and a boo. Ain't clip beeping, but my heart's beating for you. Let's go. Met her on a prison pen pal site. She said you cute even in that orange light. Now I'm home and I'm free, kinda on probation. She picked me up in a Prius, pure elation. Got a teardrop tat and a heart full of dreams. She brought cupcakes and some government cheese. I said, girl, you a snack, maybe even a feast. She said, you just hungry cause you live with the beast. Love after lockup, wild and free. Got no keys, but she got the key. From yard time to FaceTime, look at us glow. From prison phone calls to reality show. Love after lockup, we don't play. Tinder got nothing on JPay. I did my time, now I'm doing hers. Doing laundry and love, both in spurts.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Love After Lockup, Lockdown, where we are covering Season 2, Episode 32. As always, you can find us in our Facebook group and on Instagram at Love After Lockup, Lockdown. I'm Jennifer.
I'm Lisa.
And this week we're covering Season 2, Episode 32, Snitches Get Stitches. And we are back with another Man's Perspective episode. And this week we welcome David. How are you, David?
I am absolutely wonderful. I'm very excited to be here. Thank y'all for having me.
So this week we would like to dedicate this episode to Angela's BFF, Tommy, who unfortunately passed away on December 9th of this year, which very recently. This episode today would be New Year's Eve. So December 9th, he passed away, and that's very sad. We don't know what happened. I'm sure we'll find out through gossip in the Facebook group, but very sad. And we all loved Tommy. It was mutual. Every fan of the show loved Tommy and what he did for Angela.
He was an excellent friend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. He was a fantastic friend. Way better to her. I mean, they would have been a perfect match together. It's a shame that she was so hung up on Tony, because Tommy would have made an excellent husband for her. And R.I.P. Tommy, this one's for you.
This week we start with Angela and Tony, and Angela tells Tommy that Tony has been arrested, and she's obviously very visually upset, very emotional.
Yeah, so they caught him, and she is just about to lose it.
And I can understand why she's about to lose it, because that's her man. But, I mean, come on, you had to know it was coming. He doesn't want to change. That's been made abundantly clear by his actions. At some point, she's got to just let him go.
And she said she's devastated, understandably, because she's thinking he's going to get out and they're going to have this wonderful relationship and get married. And now he's back.
The one statement she said, which made sense, is she's like, well, he could be facing a lot more time. Now she has to decide whether or not she wants to do the time with him, like she already has. But she's, again, a smart woman. She's putting herself in this position, and she's chosen up to now to stay in this. Red flags all around.
Oh, this isn't just red flags. This is like, it's raining there. It is raining down red paint. I mean, come on, Ange, let this go. Especially, you have an absolutely wonderful man in Tommy that's right there for you. That, he wants to keep you away from this guy. He sees how bad this is for your mental health and your emotional health. Just be with him. I mean, he's willing to do everything a husband should do for you. Just be with him.
If you start off a relationship and it's this chaotic and this painful, what do you think, what is your end game? What do you think that's going to go? Are you looking at 30 years of this chaos and stress? Or are you hoping that he is going to magically turn around? And I myself am guilty of this, just missing every red flag or seeing them and just being like, no.
If I could jump in for a minute, at Angela's age, she ain't got 30 years to play this game. I mean, in 30 years, she'll be 77 going on 78, walking around with a walker. No offense to any older listeners out there, but that's just what happens. Your body starts breaking down. She's got 20 to 25 good years, getting around, doing the things, experiencing life. You need somebody to share that with. why are you willing to waste 5 years on this guy who clearly can't get it right?
Right.
Oh, I was going to say I completely agree with that. And also, I did forget that Angela is a mental health therapist. So a mental health therapist is doing all this, and it's like you would think her judgment would be better with what she does with her career.
I personally have had some very, very strange therapists. I've had some great ones, but I've had some strange ones too that maybe shouldn't be therapists.
Well, to counter that, I think her being in that field, that actually might be why she's hanging in there so long with Tony, because she's thinking, maybe I can help it. Maybe this time it'll change. Maybe this time it'll stick. And it clearly hasn't so far, but we'll see.
So Tommy reassures Angela, and he says to us that he would be willing to give her what Tony isn't. And we knew that. We knew when he came back and proposed to her that he was willing to be whatever she needed. Next up, Glorietta and Alex. And they're in bed, and he says it was everything he hoped it would be.
Oh my goodness. This creepy bedroom scene. I can't take the bedroom scenes like enough. And what he says is just so gross, but what she first says is also as gross. They had a beautiful night and they had their first shebang.
I'm sorry. Are we 12 again with her saying that? I mean, I heard that and I laughed so hard, mixed with going, this is so cringy and so wrong. And when you guys are talking about what Alex said, are you talking about his interview, how he describes things?
Oh,
Okay, I'm sorry.
ugh.
Did either
Can
one
you
of
say
you?
it?
Yeah, say
Because I
it.
don't want to say it. I don't want to say it.
Oh, I'm not saying it, but did either one of you catch what he did with his hands?
I did not catch his
No.
hands. I heard he say she was juicy and tight.
Oh
Okay,
gosh.
y'all have got to rewatch because there was something I caught that he did. He picked his hand up and made it kind of look like he was trying to pick his nose or wipe his nose, whatever. No, he smelled his finger almost as if
Oh,
yeah, you got to rewatch it because he did that and I made a
I'm
big
going to.
note. Oh, you'll catch it.
Oh,
It it made me laugh mixed with, okay, what are you, 13? We all know what that finger smells like.
oh my God. He's so gross. I can't. These two are strange. Glorietta's like 15 and this dude's just ugh.
She's lucky if her emotional age is 15.
13. We could give her 13.
Yeah, I'll go with 13 or 14 at the absolute oldest because she is, and she's kind of got that like whiny teenage voice at times too. Did y'all notice that? I don't know
Oh,
whose is
yeah.
worse, hers or Lacey's. I really don't.
So Glorietta doesn't turn it on and off though. Like I was saying to Jen, Lacey's is like it comes and goes. So sometimes she's like super Paris Hilton and sometimes she's normal. Well, Glorietta kind of stays with that 13-year-old teeny bopper voice like the whole time. I did ugh, I don't know. She annoys me.
Alex says that he has not been honest about Juliana, and we know that.
So Glorietta wants to leave out the fact that Alex is Muslim when they go meet her mom. And I did not realize, I don't know if we heard that Alex was Muslim before, but this is the first time I remember it being mentioned.
Yeah, I don't think they mentioned it prior to this.
Nah, this was new information. But then the reason that he's a Muslim because of his ex.
Latino people are generally Christian. Am I right? Or Catholic Christian? They're not they generally aren't any other religion and definitely not Muslim.
Oh yeah, Catholicism is huge in the Latin community, and
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it at all. But she knew going into this that he was Muslim, and like she's telling him, "Don't talk about this with my mom that you're Muslim." What do you expect the guy to do? He shouldn't have to hide his faith.
No.
Next up, Lizzie and Daniel. And they're talking about his mom interfering in the relationship. And this has been a running theme since they came on the show.
So they're driving because I'm guessing this is still of the follow-up of the scene where they were fighting with Daniel's mom. So they're going out to have those drinks. So then they say that it's perfect because Teresa aggravated them so much that they need to drink now, which is ironic.
Those two do not need an excuse to drink. Can we just say that right off the bat?
Sure, but the problem is that his mom keeps harping on the fact that Lizzie drinks when as soon as he got out of prison, they all went and they all had drinks. If it's not okay for Lizzie to drink with Daniel, then why is it okay for his mother to drink with him?
Oh, it's not. Like, his mother, I get it. She wants to quote unquote protect her son because I guess she missed so much time with him, but he's an adult. He wants to make adult decisions. Support his decisions.
Just doesn't understand all of this though. And again, why Teresa is even acting like this. Everyone knows she's got her shit together. She's proved that. And she actually pulled herself out of her own addiction, which is not many people can say that.
Oh, yeah. She, you know,
Right.
I didn't see all of what her addiction was, but for anybody that is able to get themselves out of it, I mean, shout out to you if you're able to stay clean off of whatever you were on and do it yourself. That's awesome. If anything, Daniel's mom should see that and be encouraging this relationship because of the problems he was having.
While they're both in recovery, yeah.
And she's stressing out a former drug addict. So, yeah, you don't want your son stressed out, but you're stressing out a former drug addict. Even though that's not your child, that's someone's child.
And he says he's been having a lot of anxiety since getting out, which he said since he got out. Like even on the car ride, he was feeling stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, things are new to him, and he's trying to make it the best way he knows how right now. It seems like the girlfriend is very supportive, but there's stuff that's about to come up that I have some thoughts on here.
Yeah. So they're meeting Lizzie's friends at a bar and they're gonna play pool, and of course they're all drinking, and we see Lizzie with her phone and she's looks visually upset and she's texting or looking at a text, and from across the room you see this person sitting there with also their phone and he's all blurred out.
Yeah, and this is where I really start to wonder things about her and what's going on with the guy blurred out, which we find out she was a quote runner, so I guess she was drug dealer as well. And this is one of the guys she ran with, and he's wondering because he sees the wires for the microphones if she's a snitch. So I'm wondering, and we don't get an answer to this right away, did somebody from that crew just get put away and they think she's the one that got them put away? We need more clarification on that.
I think their concern was mainly that they're walking around a bar. Like she ran drugs for them, and then now they're walking around a bar with microphones and cameras and just putting their business out there.
Well, yeah, but you're right. So the wires and stuff. I mean, there's no way. I mean, there's a huge elephant in the room, the cameras. So they know they're recording. I don't think it was the wires. They obviously know they're not. They were making it seem like as if this guy was thinking they were wired by the police or the FBI or whatever. But there were cameras. They know they were recording. What the guy was upset about is that they're in this bar recording him, which is why his face is blurred, and he's a known drug dealer.
I think production was trying to get you to forget that there were cameras there. They wanted you to
Oh.
believe that the concern was that they were all wearing microphones.
Yeah. The lost folder incident all over again. Let's just pretend we don't know there's cameras.
Don't do drugs, don't sell drugs, kids. That's the bottom line here.
Yeah, we're here to make a PSA.
He says that they broke up a few times while he was locked up, but they've never talked about what happened during those times.
they're going over this timeline, right? And then they're trying to figure out, well, Daniel, I guess, is trying to figure out when exactly she started seeing her ex again. Because they're talking about the summer, what months in the summer, what, when during those months, because Daniel knows when they were together and when they weren't together. And Lizzie's trying to skate around whether or not she was actually technically with Daniel at the time.
Oh, she was burning the candle at both ends and doesn't want to come out and admit it. And it's not that hard. You can figure out when you were with somebody, when you weren't. She's dancing between 3 different months. And Daniel's got a right to be a little upset about this. He's like, hey, if we were supposed to be committed together, what were you doing? She should have just told him about all of this from the start. There is so much of this she could have avoided. She's causing her own problems by keeping so many secrets from him. As we'll see later, it's it's just all bad. I have no sympathy for her on that. If you're trying to build a foundation with somebody, that foundation's got to be built out of trust. You need to tell them what happened. You know, if you were like Ross and Rachel and you were on a break, cool. But if y'all were getting back together, you got to tell him exactly what happened so he knows what he's getting himself into and has a choice whether he wants to be in that or not.
Absolutely. And she waited until she was at the bar to say, oh, yeah, I was talking to both of you at the same time. Till he's already been drinking, till they're out and they're face to face. Like she didn't set the situation up, but it's foreseeable that something could go wrong if you're hanging out in places that your plugs hang out.
Like, she didn't know that there was a possibility that people from that circle could be there. Come on.
Exactly.
So Daniel says that he's not scared of anything and he'd go back to prison for Lizzie any day. Why, Daniel? This is a girl who has not stayed true to you while you were in prison. Why?
Well, I think he wants to be the protector, which that's fine. I got no problem with that. But like you said, why? Why for this girl? And Jen, you brought up something interesting. You said, you know, you don't think this was a setup. With you saying that, I'm not so sure that she didn't take him there. Not so much to run into those people, but let's say just in case they were there to see what his reaction would be to it.
Oh, I hope not. That would be
Yeah.
pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just I didn't think about that till you said it, and then it's like, wait a minute. You know these people hang out here. You know this town. You know what goes
Right.
down. I'm thinking she might have. I'm not willing
It's
to say that this
possible.
was completely coincidental yet.
Next up, Vince and Amber, and they're going to a strip club so that she can introduce him to her friends and get their opinion of him. I feel like she already knows what's going to happen, but it's just one of those put your feelers out situations, maybe. I don't know. This is weird.
I'm sorry. I liked this scene so much. And I didn't mean to laugh while you were talking. But this is the most personality. Well, I don't want to say personality, but at least a shift in personality that we've seen from Vince thus far, because we've seen one like monotone version of Vince that never has changed, like head trauma or whatever is behind those dead eyes, Vince. And now we see him at this strip club. And this is one that Amber apparently used to frequent with her friends before she was out of prison or before she was in prison.
See, I have a bit of a different take on this. I'm not a huge fan of her taking him there at all for this reason. He said to her, he's got high testosterone. He likes to get it in 3 to 4 times a day. They haven't done it at all yet. And you're taking him there for what reason? Well, first off, my opinion, strip clubs are a waste of time and money. It's like you're hungry, but you're going to an all you can eat buffet and you're being told all you can do is sniff because you can't do anything with these ladies. That's my biggest problem with this to start with. Then you want him to meet these people and talk to them. Music is loud. He can't really talk to these people. You've got him way out of his element here. And you know you've got him out of his element here. You're setting him up for failure.
Maybe she just wanted some people to see that they were together in case he turned her into a skin suit so they could testify at her trial.
I just want to know why he didn't have a gallon of water with him. I mean, strip clubs are hot. But anyways, um I honestly think some women really just love the vibe of a strip club. Not just a men, like not just like to watch men strip, but women strip. And it just seems like this is Amber's world. This is something she enjoyed to have a good time at. And honestly, because we know Amber is definitely not attracted to Vince at this point, and she doesn't want to have sex with him, I think that this is a good deterrent. Like, take Vince to a strip club, let him touch some strippers so that he stays away from me. That's what I was thinking.
That's gonna have the exact opposite effect because he's gonna be wound up, ready to go. I mean, okay, Amber logic, sure, maybe, but bad idea.
Yeah, you're thinking men's.
Yeah, Vince says he feels like he's out of his element. So I am assuming he is not big on strip clubs.
Well, he's sitting there on his phone while naked women are dancing all around him at first, and then we see things change.
He needed a little bit of that liquid courage to change it, but yet he even said in his little interview that strip clubs are not his scene.
Right.
And then we show when he does start to get up and like drink and move around talking to people, they show him randomly asking some dude if he's Latino, and the guy's just like, "No, I'm not." And I'm like,
I
what was
thought
that all about?
I thought that was one of the guys asking Vince if he was.
No, I rewound it because Vince is Latino. He's part Latino.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. I think he's Italian and something else. I don't want to say because I don't remember if he said Mexican or I don't remember. So Vince says that he's naturally affectionate. We have not seen that from Vince yet. I don't know where that statement came from. He has not been affectionate to Amber. And of course, you mentioned, David, that he has very high testosterone. And he did tell Amber, or he said, I warned Amber that I want to have sex 3 to 4 times per day.
See, I think he wants to be affectionate with Amber. I think he wants to get past the awkwardness, and she's not allowing it. From what I'm seeing, she is not allowing him to get past the awkwardness. And I think there's reasons behind that I'll come back to a little bit later.
I think that Vince is using the word affection the same as he would use the word sex. I don't think it's affection in the way that it means to everyone else. He means sex.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and he's yeah, that's Lacey level. Sex and love are the exact same thing. So this friend, that the same friend, I don't remember her name, the blonde friend, is with her, with her and her crew, Amber's crew, at this strip club, and they go outside to smoke. They're with a male friend. They're talking, they're gossiping about Vince, and then Vince, of course, awkwardly walks out right into the conversation, and they're all just like, shh, 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 right? And that same friend, and I don't know if anyone remembers her name, she's basically, again, just like, why Amber? And she just confronts him. She just wants to know why Amber.
But he is drunk. He's not like a little drunk. He's drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to get crunked. But he doesn't really have an answer, which that tells me, that leans me more toward the scam aspect that we've been talking about. Because if you can't come up with right away why you picked this person, why you want to marry this person, there's a big problem there. Because I can rattle off 5 to 10 different reasons just off the top of my head why I proposed to my wife. And he can't come up with one except God puts people in your life.
Oh, he says, why not? That's not an answer. That's not a reason to marry somebody.
Why not? That is crazy. Yeah, and then he's like, well, I thought this was supposed to be a fun time. And then now they're just putting him on the spot. Yeah, the God thing, I was like, "What, Vince? Like, you contacted 10 different women, and Amber was the one that took the bait. That is not God putting her into your life."
He says he's shocked that she's not sticking up for him, which is surprising. Why would you be surprised by her not standing up for you?
Well, as a man, I would be kind of surprised by that because, I mean, even if he's this horrible person, which I don't think he's a horrible person, I think he's a scammer. But overall, I don't think he's a horrible person. And at that point,
Well,
hmm,
well, we found out some stuff about Vince.
Yeah.
oh,
Vince has been charged after the show twice for domestic violence.
Mhm.
okay, that's information I did not have. I didn't follow up on anything with him, but that's not
We didn't
good.
know either. Yeah, we didn't know either. Someone found it on Starcasm, and put it in the group when on my Vince post when I said that Vince looked like the what did I say? The Night Stalker?
Mhm.
So yeah, yep. Not a great guy.
So the friends do have the right to attack here then. My apologies.
Yeah, but at this point they don't know. At this point they have no idea that years down the road Vince is going to beat up his partner. But to be fair, so Amber is feeling like Vince isn't the person that he portrayed himself to be. Now, we do know that Amber did know there was a scam going on. So what she's talking about as far as everything else, I'm not sure, but she kind of knew he was a scam artist.
Yeah, and she's in on it too, because if you don't want to be a part of this, you cut that communication off. She's trying to see what she can get out of this too. She's not completely innocent here.
No.
That's true. Nobody in this situation, actually, nobody on this show is completely innocent. Next up, Cheryl and Josh, and they're on their way to see his family for a little reunion that his mom organized.
Cheryl says it's easier to keep Josh's parole there instead of Texas. So she's going to stay there for at least another month, and they're in Colorado right now. Keep in mind, still has kids that she's not with.
Why? Why are you abandoning your child for any reason at all? But especially that this is your Prince Charming. You want to build the house and have the farm and have a lot of kids. Why? Just why?
The exact statement was her dream is to get married, have a 2-story White House with a really big kitchen, with barns everywhere, cattle everywhere, and children everywhere, because this is Cheryl's world.
Well, let us remember that he has like $84,000 in restitution he has to pay. So all of these big longhorn dreams have to be funded by something, and they're not going to be funded by her job alone.
Well, we find out how they're going to pay for it, Gina. It's coming up.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they go to the hardware store and he shows her this helmet he bought to rob a bank, but said his breath fogged it up and he couldn't see. So that didn't work.
Can I jump in for a second? Buying that mask, my man either played way too much Grand Theft Auto or way too much Call of Duty to think that was actually gonna work. And can we go backward for a second to just them walking in? I just gotta say this. Cheryl, stop skipping leg day.
It's so bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, her legs look painful. It looks painful to walk on those. Oh, geez, Cheryl. But Josh did say that he had to wear a bandana instead. So there's that. But at first I thought that was a welding helmet that he was going to put on, but I realized it's just a mask.
And they start all of this up over $1,000. So everything that goes on from this point on is over $1,000 that he said that he buried, just kind of covered years ago before he went into prison, didn't wrap it. This would be rotted even if it wasn't underwater.
Jen, 6 years ago, he said. 6 years ago, he buried cloth. Money is made money is made from a combination of paper and cloth, and like it would just start to disintegrate. This is insane. So Josh says that the last time he went to go look for it, it was underneath water, and I'm like, guys, this is $1,000, not $1 million. If it were like a significant, I may even go look for it, maybe like $5,000. 1,000, I'm not going to dig for. I'm sorry.
Well, how much did he dig? He was being chased by the police, and he even said he just kind of covered it. It was just, he just covered it with dirt.
That money is gone. I mean, but then again, you have to look at the people we're dealing with here. These are the discount crayons that don't have the crayon sharpener in the box like the Crayola ones we had as kids. These are not the sharpest crayons in the box. So go dig for your money. Go have fun, because I'm going to laugh at you while you do it.
I'm beside myself that Cheryl is going along with this. I have to give Cheryl like a little bit of credit where I really did not think that she would go along with this. I thought she would be like, that's stupid.
It is stupid, but she seems excited by the idea. Not only is she going
I
along
know.
with it, but she's like, oh yeah, this will pay for my decorations for our wedding.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
I think the main reason she went along with it is I think she wants to prove to him that she's down for whatever with him, to kind of prove her loyalty to him. I get that's the only thing I can think of that would make her be willing to do this.
I don't know. I think she just wants this money. I don't know.
His dumbass says that he thinks the money should be his because he did the time for it.
Well, and wouldn't it go towards his restitution? And actually, that's where I kind of thought, that's what I kind of thought is that Cheryl was thinking, oh, well, you said it could go towards her decorations, but I was thinking maybe Cheryl would be like, well, we could put this towards your restitution payments.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, no way. That girl, she wants what she wants, and she wants it her way, and that's where it should go, according to her. She doesn't care about the restitution. Does she even know about it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a little bit of wisdom here that I think is important for us to share with our listeners, to remind you. And he says that if you kill someone and they're still alive and you go to prison, then you get out and you kill them again, you won't go back to prison. So now we all know.
We know something.
I lost it. I had to have my husband watch this and listen to this. I was like, what? At this point, I'm like, what grade did Josh go to school up to? I'm like, what just came out of his mouth? He literally just said, if you kill someone and they're still alive and then you get out and kill them again, what is wrong with this guy?
I got a whole lot of nothing. The only thing I could maybe think of is the prison he might have been in might have had lead paint, and he ate some paint chips while he was in there. I mean, that's all I got there, because I yelled "what" so loud when he said that I disturbed my dog sitting next to me when I watched this. I didn't think a human could be that stupid.
I had to pause for sure.
It sounded like something like a 12-year-old boy would say, right? If they were talking to like their friends.
Did you know? And then these dumbasses buy, I know this is the second time I've said that, but they buy shovels to dig up the $1,000. How much did you pay for the shovels? You paid for those shovels and to go dig up in the water. So all you've done is lost money on this venture.
That was easily like $50 worth of shovels.
Easily.
And then they tell the lady that they're landscapers.
It's so stupid.
Well, you know what? Maybe this could be the start of his business plan to make his restitution. Maybe they could actually start landscaping. I doubt it, but I gotta give him
that would make sense though, David.
You gotta try something.
Next, we have a quick check-in with Lacey, John, and Shane. And Shane says he hopes that Lacey decides to be with him.
Well, yeah, so it's been a week. He's really missed her, and he's gonna go see her. He's on the way, hoping that John's not gonna be there. We know he's not gonna be there, but isn't it funny?
This is probably one of the few times in the show I actually feel for Shane in this. And my reason being, he went to jail when he was 17. He's 22 now, I think.
Hmm.
He never really had that, like, this is truly his first love. He doesn't have a whole lot of romantic experience.
Right.
So he really is putting his heart into this, because we don't hear anything about him talking to anybody else while he was in jail. She's been his focus, and he's kind of like, I got to make something happen here. Like, he wants his fairy tale love, so to speak, that girls always talk about having. And there's nothing wrong with him wanting that. I think he picked the wrong person for it, but he's trying to do the best he can with what he has to show her what he can do. That's why he's paying for his own Uber, I'm assuming, because I don't remember her giving him any money.
Well, the show does pay for some things for people, we found out. So they'll pay for like Ubers and hotels and things like
Mhm.
that.
Oh, okay.
So I believe that Shane has legitimate, probably feelings of love for Lacey because he is so young. I believe Lacey just wants a sexy guy to sleep with and play her games. I don't believe for a second Lacey loves him. Do I think that Lacey thinks she loves him? I don't think so. But I do believe Shane believes he's in love with Lacey.
And he shows up at her door with roses.
Yeah, and again, for me, that's him doing what he thinks is the right thing to do, showing a romantic gesture. Whether production gave him the money or whether he had the money on his own, this is his way of saying, hey, look, this is what I'm willing to do for you when I have nothing. I want to build with you and make things even better and build even further. He truly does. He truly is in love with her. He really is.
Mhm.
Mountain Dew panties and all.
Next, we're back to Lizzie and Daniel, and she says he doesn't know about the guys she slept with while he was in prison, and she hopes it doesn't push him away. What the fuck?
Right now, Lizzie's on Michael level for me. I haven't liked Lizzie this entire time we've known Lizzie has existed. I don't care for her. I don't care for Lizzie and Daniel's story. They're boring. I know that other people agree with me on this. I think that Lizzie is I'm going to go with Teresa on this. Lizzie is not a good not a good person. She's not.
Oh no, not at all. And the more I see of her, because I don't remember them from the first time I watched the show, but the more I see of them, the more I think about him. It's like, dude, you need to get away from her, because you're going to end up throwing down for the wrong reasons for her. You're going to end up going back to jail for no reason. But also, him saying he would fight that dude. I mean, just from looking at the shot of that guy in the distance, that's a pretty hefty dude versus Daniel. That dude will rip his arm off and use it for floss. He don't want that.
She's putting him in these situations that are dangerous because she knows how he's going to react. Or even if she doesn't know how he's going to react, just taking him to a place where this could potentially happen, that doesn't show that you care about somebody's well-being.
Yes, Daniel is a little guy, and I understand that he has a temper and has been to prison and could probably hold his own, but not against a 300-pound man who is a drug dealer, and has probably had a lot of fights. So Lizzie said that the last time Daniel got mad, he did get aggressive. I at first thought that she meant with her, like aggressive towards her, but that's not what she meant.
No, but, and I get it. The guy was in jail. He could probably scrap. But like you said, he can only hold his own for so long as a 300-pound man. And this dude, if he's a drug dealer, you can't tell me he don't have something on him. This isn't gonna go the way Daniel thinks it's gonna go. If it comes down to hand-to-hand combat, it won't be hand-to-hand combat.
So they go outside and they're arguing in the parking lot, and she said she's done and she's just going home. And it looks like she's going to leave him there.
I think she throws her phone and she's just had it. But again, Lizzie, you put him in this situation and it turned bad. And who didn't see this coming? Now that we know the whole story. So she says she loves Daniel to the moon and back, but she has a ton of baggage.
And she should have told him about all this baggage before he got out. It's like I said earlier, she took the choice away from him by hiding
Right.
everything. Because he could have made the decision after hearing all this going, wait a minute, I need to fix myself and recover myself. I thought you would be my support system. You have too much for me to handle. I can't do this to have a successful life. But she took that choice completely away from him and is putting him in very, very bad situations. Like the big note I have here is, Lizzie should have told him, and Daniel needs to run. Like he needs to run faster than Usain Bolt away from this situation.
Absolutely. He says she's not telling him about her whole past. And we know that. And I think that's the problem. I don't think she cares about Daniel as much as she says she does. She didn't help him when he was in prison. She didn't write him when he was in prison. It's not even about the money, but to never have an extra day where you could go visit over the course of all these years. I don't think she had the same commitment. She's also, we find out now, been sleeping with guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if she would have told him that, they wouldn't be on the show. We would have another couple we'd be looking at right now. She held on to all this information to get what she wants. The more I see her, the less and less I like her.
She starts crying and says she's so scared. I'm not sure of what.
Yeah.
I think she's scared Daniel's going to leave her, and he has every right to. I mean, I don't know if she's so scared of the drug dealers or getting mixed back up in that life because she's cleaned that part of her life up. She's scared of Daniel leaving because she's not getting what she wants.
She said she cleaned that part of her life up. Like, because on the show, they pretty much let them say whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you be going around people you used to deal for if you were clean?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't care for her. I feel like she is somewhere playing some sort of game. I just don't know what it is and why.
Oh, Jen, you brought up I didn't even think about it like that, so you said it. She may not be as clean as she's portraying herself to be then.
I don't have any evidence of that, but
yeah.
But you have a point. Why would you go back to the places that you used to do whatever you did?
Right.
Run, Daniel, run.
Next up, Glorietta and Alex. And Glorietta's mom knows about the burglary charge, but does not know about any of his drug cases.
Oh boy. And this mom is pissed.
I love her.
She does not like this whole situation. She doesn't like Alex. And then they get onto the religion thing and it just gets worse.
Oh, this was gonna be bad no matter how you sliced it. Because first off, mom should have been given all the information from her daughter about this. Daughter should have just laid it all out. Now, Alex, to his credit, when they get to the religion thing, he doesn't lie about it. I gotta give him credit for that, even though Glorietta, I'm sorry, wanted him to. He didn't. He's not gonna lie to this girl's mom, and nor should he. He shouldn't be put in that situation. If Glorietta knew this was gonna go as bad as it is, because she knew it was,
right?
Why are you even doing this? Because she's not a bad-looking woman. And I'm not saying anything bad about Alex, because everybody deserves a fair chance. But she could have found somebody else on the outside, because her mother only wants what's best for her at the end of the day. Her mother wants her to have a happy life, to have a successful life. And I'm sure at this point, with how old Glorietta is, her mother wants to be a grandmother.
honestly, if I was Glorietta's mother, another thing I would be concerned about is where Alex is going to work with that face tattoo. Because it's so disturbing, and I keep, now I can't unsee, every time I look at him, that's the only thing I can see. But all around, it's like Glorietta wants Alex or her mom to look at Alex as some sort of a catch or like a package or whatever, but he's this little guy that she just went and got out of prison, and he's got nothing going for him. And mom's finding out how dangerous of a criminal he was or is, and that he's Muslim, and he's got these face tattoos, and this is the in Glorietta's world, this is the man that her mom is going to accept as her son-in-law. What?
Well, he's got something for her, all right. We know what he's got for her. We found out in the first scene what he's doing for her.
Before they even got there, he said nothing can intimidate him and he knows how to deal with her mom. But when he was actually face to face dealing with her, he was more, like you said, he was more honest about everything. And the problem is he should not be put in a position where he has to say, I'm Muslim, and to somebody who has an issue with that. Like, don't take him in front of people who have a problem with his religion.
Absolutely. Glorietta put him in an absolute no-win situation, and he handled it very well. He was respectful to the mother, and the biggest thing, he was honest about everything. He didn't lie, because how many other people on this show would we see that would hide something or lie to somebody's parents just to make themselves look good, to get in the parents' good graces?
Absolutely. And it's very telling that how she approached them at the park too. She had both of her dogs with her and she was on guard. She was not approaching. She said she'd listen quietly, but she wasn't exactly quiet when she did listen. Are you going to leave my daughter?
Well, she asked the questions that needed to be asked. The one thing I did not like from the mother is when he went to try to shake her hand. That's a sign of respect. She should have shook his hand. Hand the dog to your daughter. Switch hands. Do something. At least shake the guy's hand. He's at least making the effort, because he knows he's not going to make the greatest impression on you already. He knows this, but he's at least trying.
I like her mom's petty little comments, like, your friends. She's like, that's my fiance.
Oh gosh.
Glorietta need to find a new man. This is not going to go well, especially when mom brought up the "are you going to leave?" and he hesitated. That's a humongous red flag right there. Like, his hesitation right there, plus what we know with him talking to the ex, but Glorietta doesn't know yet. I'm just looking forward to when that comes out.
I thought it was big of him to admit he didn't know if he would leave her. That it's not big to leave somebody because they have gotten pregnant and they are not the same religion as you. Like, mom foresees this being an issue potentially, and he hadn't even considered it.
No, I don't think he did. But mom, it's like I said earlier, mom's at that point where she wants to be a grandma, but she wants to know that the father of her grandchildren are going to raise them in Christianity. And when he said he didn't know about that part either, that's a huge red flag to mom. I'm not going to say it should be a huge red flag to Glorietta, but if they are engaged, they should have already had this conversation. This should
Right.
this should be something they have answers to from mom right there. Like, when you're engaged to somebody, children naturally are going to come next, or at least at their age, that's something people are going to expect. And you've got to know, that's something you have to absolutely 100% have to know what you're doing with that. Because mom's going to ask.
Yeah, she knew, which is why she brought it up.
Here's the thing about that religion thing. So we know that Alex converted to Muslim because of his ex-girlfriend. And to Glorietta's point, that's his ex-girlfriend. So if he converted to Muslim for his ex-girlfriend and they're no longer together, why can he not, or why would he not then convert back to Christianity for Glorietta?
Agreed, but there might be something in the Muslim religion that he has found that might suit him better than Christianity does.
Right. Just because he committed, or just because he converted because of an ex-girlfriend doesn't mean that he didn't also believe. She just introduced him to being Muslim. And so I can see what your point is, how Glorietta would feel about it, but also if he is committed to being Muslim, then it would make sense that, because it's not about Juliana or Glorietta at that point, it's about his religion.
Yeah.
Let's just get to the explosion when they eventually everything comes out. That's what I want at this point.
So they argue, and he says they need to have a conversation, and they will deal with that at another time. Next up, Josh and Cheryl, and she bought him a phone and told him he better answer her whenever she calls.
Yeah, when Josh was in prison, Cheryl would get mad if he didn't answer right away. And I now that we know a little more about Cheryl, I can absolutely see this. Yes, Cheryl is a snapcase, and I can see that she would give him a hard time if he didn't just jump to that phone right away. So they are going to look for this stack of money. And then they show Cheryl digging in. Not just, I thought that this was just going to be like a field covered with maybe like puddles of water. No, this was a damn lake. Like, what are we doing? She's digging in a lake.
Okay, I have thoughts on this. I really think this was a production setup where they took them to dig for this. I do not believe for a single second that money is actually there. Or if it wasn't, and this was actually where he threw it, I mean, take one look at that and Cheryl should have been like, I ain't going in there. Or they should have gone to the reunion first, because as we'll see later, she is not happy with the smell and everything else that gets on her from this.
Well, we would be able to find out the answer to whether or not this was set up by production if Cheryl would just answer Jennifer's Facebook friend request. That's never going to happen.
Hey, Cheryl, make that your New Year's resolution. Add the friend request.
I want to know why Josh wasn't in the river digging or lake digging for the money. He was the one that put it there. Why is your woman in this water, standing water, digging for $1,000 that you put there 6 years ago?
Did you mention that he said that she was easier to deal with while he was in prison?
No.
With the digging thing, if you remember, he shows he has an ankle monitor on that he can't get wet.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he said that he'd rather have a little extra cash for his bills and get away. And she's like, but you didn't get away. Like, you buried air quotes, $1,000, and you still didn't get away.
There's easier ways to get $1,000. For anyone listening that's like, how do I get $1,000 quickly? You don't have to go digging in this lake that he said there was sewage in there too, I guess.
Was he joking? Or was he, because she said it smelled terrible. If she got in sewage water, man, like,
when floods like that happen, you never know what's underneath the ground. And yeah, sewage line could have easily burst underneath that. Or he said something about sewage plant was near there. I mean, just don't jump in dirty water digging for anything.
I'm sorry. Having your woman dig in sewage water for $1,000 that you put there 6 years ago is crackhead level shit. I'm sorry. It just is.
And she was in the middle of it. Like, she wasn't just at the edge. She was way out in the middle of it, walking around with her pants pulled up. He said, if we find it, we find it. If we don't, we don't. But it was something we could do together. I would be furious. What did you do, Josh? You stood on the side of the water and laughed. knowing the money wasn't going to be there. You let her buy shovels knowing the money wasn't going to be there.
This is a story that they can tell their grandchildren someday.
A hidden treasure of $1,000.
I can think of about 1,000 other things to do that would be couples bonding that my wife and I can do together that do not include either one of us jumping in lake/sewage water digging for $1,000. Take her to a trampoline park. Take her to a roller rink. Something, man.
She said they're like Bonnie and Clyde. That's something we hear over and over on this show. I don't think people remember how that story ended.
No.
Oh, they
That's
definitely don't.
hysterical.
If you want to end your love story like Bonnie and Clyde, more power to you. Go ahead. I'll throw a rose on your grave when you go in. But see, me, I'd rather be alive and sit on the porch swing with my wife when we're old. I'd rather get to that point I can sit on the porch swing holding my grandkids. That's just me.
Right. Her thinking that she's going to dig this money up and use it for her wedding decorations it's so strange. It's such strange behavior. Unless this whole thing was just to create the drama. If it's a folder moment, then I guess that makes sense. But she still got in that nasty water, even if it wasn't sewage water.
Yeah. Hey, Jen. You and I can be Thelma and Louise.
It's about the same thing.
Right?
He says that she looks cute wandering around in the water, and he didn't expect her to actually get in, which would make me even more pissed.
How she didn't slap him with that shovel is beyond me. And no, I am not condoning violence for anyone that's going to say I am. I'm not. But how she didn't is just beyond me.
Out of her mouth on the way there, she goes, "We're going to go look for the money, and then we're going to go to the family reunion." Okay, so she established the timeline of what was supposed to happen that day. Then she gets out of the water and she's pissed off because she's gross and smelly and doesn't have time for a shower. What the fuck did you expect? You got in dirty water, man. What did you think was going to happen?
I don't think she thought it was going to be a damn lake. I think she thought it was going to be like puddles, like a little bit of water, because he said, oh, it was covered with water. This is a lot of water. It's substantial.
She still got in, though. Like, she made that choice.
That's what I'm saying. When she saw how much water that was and saw what that looked like, she should have said, you know what? We don't need this $1,000 that bad. I'll find a way to make $1,000 for us some other way. And he should have told her, you know what, honey? It didn't look this bad last time. Let's just not do this.
They both made choices. So she's already mad because she's stinky and gross. But then she decides to get upset because, get this, his mom is going to be at the family reunion. Well, no shit, Cheryl.
Can we turn that into a t-shirt? Because this is about the 4th time I've heard you say that.
No shit, Cheryl.
Yes.
I'll be making my t-shirt shop. I've already gotten through a lot of the logos that I'm going to use, but I have to make some more. But that'll be after the holidays. No shit, Cheryl.
So Josh says he's tired of her mood swings. Well, you are just getting started there, buddy.
Okay. For him to say that in that situation that he put her in, I wanted to jump through my TV. You put her in the situation to be in a bad mood today. That wasn't her choice. Well, it was her choice, but it wasn't. You should have said, hey, let's go to the family reunion first since you're all nice and pretty and made up to meet my family. Sorry, this is on him, not her.
He set her up for failure, but she walked right into it. Next up, Lizzie and Daniel. And she says, your past doesn't define you. And if she could change what she's done, she would.
He also did say he was pretty sure that she was seeing other guys while he was in prison. I just don't think he knew to what level and how many guys.
Right.
And what that and the fact that these guys are dangerous guys. He didn't know.
Oh, he had no clue that she was the pass around girl. He had no idea, which goes back to what I've said a couple times. She took choices away from him. She is just bad people. He needs to run. This should have been the end of it right there.
She said clearly there's a lot that they don't know about each other. And yes, clearly. There's not much that you do know about each other, it seems like.
Nope. And he just wants the truth. He just wants to know what happened while he was in jail, what she's gotten herself into, so he can make an informed decision on what to do with the rest of his life. He even says it. He wants a solid foundation. You can't get that unless she tells the truth about everything that happened so he knows what he's doing.
She says she only cares about who he is now, and she expects the same from him. Yeah, but the thing is you've been together a while, so he has the right to care about what you've done.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Yep. This is just all bad.
He says she's not truthful and honest. And she just says she hopes that he'll forgive her. The problem is you still haven't told him the truth. You are still lying.
I want to know what else she did. If she's saying she hopes he'll forgive her, what else have you done that we don't know yet? I think we're going to find out something real bad within the next couple weeks.
Next up, Angela and Tony, and she says he keeps saying, I love you, and he can stick that I love you right up his ass.
Yeah, so she and Tommy stayed out all night looking for Tony, and now we're seeing her heading to the jail to see Tony and confront him. She wants to know what the hell he did, how this all happened.
As pissed off as Angela is at him right now, jail is without a doubt the safest place for him.
Tony's a mess. I don't know if it's I think he has some drug issues as well. I think most of the people have some drug issues that are on the show. Most of the felons.
A lot of them do, for sure.
Mhm.
It's well, it drives them to commit crimes. It doesn't always go hand in hand, but a lot of times it does. So she says that she's very tired of Tony manipulating her. And Angela, if you're aware that this man manipulates you, and you have said it several times, what are you doing? Again.
Yeah, when she said that, I almost jumped up off my couch. I'm like, when you are aware that he is doing this, why are you leaving yourself in the position to let it happen? Just be done with him, be single, or be with Tommy, or do something different, because this is the definition of insanity: doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. You're never gonna get a different result from Tony, ever.
That's literally exactly what Angela is doing. You hit that right on the head there. She's just like, I'm sick of being a good person to him, and then he takes advantage of me. Again, listen to yourself, what you're saying. Angela, please.
Well, there's one reason I think that she keeps allowing it, and it's something she said that I don't think you guys caught. She was so mad about them not having sex yet. I think a lot of it comes down to she just wants a young stud, and he's the young stud she found. Angela, if you're out there listening to me, you can find another young stud. I'm sure there is another one out there that will do what you want done to you in the bedroom and not give you as much mental anguish or heartache as what Tony is. I guarantee you can go find one. There's probably 3 guys out there listening to this show right now that have seen what you have done for Tony, that will jump in the Facebook group or jump in one of our DMs and say, hey, can you hook me up? I will take care of her the way she wants taken care of. I'm telling you, and you can do better, and you deserve better, Angela. You deserve something much better than what you're getting.
Absolutely. And now he says when he was arrested, he was at the gym and they approached him with their guns drawn. I'm not sure what he expected to happen. He ran away from the halfway house.
Oh, Tony. He is a mess. I'm just picturing this in my head, him in the gym, and then the cops just come in with guns drawn.
Why was he so
Oh,
casual that he's working out? He's just like, "Oh, I'm confident that I'm gonna be fine even though the cops are looking for me. I'm gonna go to lift weights at the gym."
He's got to keep that stud body for Angela because he knows that's what she wants.
He needs somebody to send him money.
but you are exactly right. She does mention the sex again, and I'm wondering, I'm like, she just wants to get, that's her goal, it feels like. She just wants to get to the sex with this young stud, like you said. She keeps mentioning the sex because they still have not had sex. She said it.
But to be fair, couldn't production be playing up her interest in sex, like asking her questions that would lead her to talk about it more than maybe she would have? Just saying there is a possibility that she's not sex obsessed the way they're portraying her.
Mm, I'd have to mildly disagree on that part, particularly in this scene, just because you can tell she's just mad. I know she knows the camera's in her car, but she's just mad and just rambling off. And that is just another one of her frustrations. Like, do I think if they're living together in a happy, loving, committed relationship that she's jumping on him 3, 4, 5 times a day? No. I think they're maybe doing it once at night. But it's the fact that it hasn't happened yet at all, and she's been wanting it for however long. It's the old phrase, anticipation makes the appetite grow stronger. Well, right now, her appetite is through the roof. She wants her young stud. She can't have him, and it's not fair to her. It's really not.
That's true. But we do see Tony talking on the phone from prison, and he says a bunch of bullshit. I'm committed to Angela and to marrying her, and that's just lies. I mean,
Right.
I believe he is for the wrong reasons committed to her and going to marry her because he needs a sugar mama, and that's what Angela is.
He wants a sugar mama that he ain't got to provide sugar to because he hasn't given her any sugar yet. And I wrote on my notes, Tony, all lies. There is not
Yeah.
one thing that man said that is remotely believable, but it's how he's going to sweet talk Angela back, possibly.
She said she's tired of him being the piece of shit lying scumbag that he is, and I wish she would have recognized. I mean, she recognized it clearly, but I wish she would have stayed her course on that one.
She should have taken Tommy with her, and her and Tommy should have started making out in front of Tony, and she should have said, "I'm done with you." That would have been perfect.
Tommy's a cute little guy, and well, we know he's passed away now, but we did find out from the Facebook group that he also had money.
Oh,
So
I didn't know that. Oh,
yeah,
Angela,
it,
what were you You'd have had everything. You'd have had a loving, supportive man. That man truly loved her and was in love with her. You'd have had everything anybody could ever want.
yeah,
She said that he's going to try to manipulate her into staying. And we know that he's going to do that, and we know that it's going to work, unfortunately.
yeah.
Oh, Angela.
So he promises to stay with her and put up with her and her shenanigans if she stays with him through being locked up again.
Oh, that's a crap ass statement. I hated that when he said that.
Her shenanigans?
Yeah. Oh,
I had the same reaction you just had, Jen. I said, her shenanigans. All that woman has done is loved you and supported you and tried to take care of you financially when you couldn't do it for yourself. But it's her shenanigans? Dude.
We end this episode with Lacey, John, and Shane. And Shane says he's really nervous about how the conversation is going to go.
well, he basically says it's either him or John because definitely that's how it needs to go.
Right.
Again, you said he was bringing Lacey flowers and very sweet.
He's laying it on the line because he truly loves her. He truly is in love with her. But he's not going to play second fiddle, and nor should he. And neither should John. she needs to make a decision which one she actually wants to be with.
It's pouring rain when he gets there, and he like walks into her house, and she goes, "Oh, are you wet? You fucking think, Lacey? No, it's dry out here, you dumb bitch."
Again, she says, oh, that she and Shane have not had sex and the kids are
Bullshit.
at her dad's.
Yep.
So they decide to have sex. Well, of course they were gonna have sex.
Okay, I know my opinions on this have always been that they did it the night of the Mountain Dew panties. I have to be honest, based on the way she acts later in this scene, I actually don't think they did. I don't think they went all the way. I think they went to third base, but I do not think they went all the way that night. I can now say they didn't with how she acts later.
Well, John is going to be paroling there in like a few days. But she says, despite that, despite being engaged to John, despite him paroling to her house, she doesn't feel guilty.
She makes the statement that she needs to have sex with Shane, basically, is what she's saying, so that she can get her feelings in check. Again, Lacey is very confused on whether sex is love and love is sex and whatever. I don't know why she is basing how she's going to feel after having sex with sexy Shane behind her fiance's back in their bed together, the bed that John is going to sleep in when he gets home in a couple days. Like, Lacey, come on. Why is having sex with Shane going to be the deciding factor on how you feel and who you choose?
Maybe if he's bad in bed, she's not interested. I mean, have you
Oh my
never
God.
slept with somebody like you've never, no? You've never had that
No,
issue?
I'm
Like,
agreeing with you, but that's
yeah.
crazy. But I'm agreeing with you.
Well, for her, I can see that that would be a huge issue. So if she likes Shane, but then he's bad in bed, or they're just not, they don't match up, then where's the relationship for somebody like her who is so into sex?
And she's so superficial, so this all makes sense for Lacey 100%.
Oh, I completely agree. For her, her heart is attached to her lady parts. And if
Mm-hmm.
that part doesn't work, it is not going to work for her. Again, I really don't think they did it in the hotel because of the way she's acting now. She's like, I have to have it now. Yeah, this is her test run. And if this works well for her, I don't know if John's going to be paroling there. If this works for her, she might kick John to the curb cuz he keeps going back and forth in and out of jail.
But they choose to have this scene or this scene, this sex, or start it in front of the cameras, of course, in the most gross way with the most gross statements going on. Can I make love to you? Come on. I was like, vomit.
Yeah, they had icky sex. I don't
Ew.
remember it, so I don't remember why it was icky, but it was icky. The way that we talk about it, though, is funny because you would think it's just these couples are so gross about it. It's not like sex is gross. They just make it that way.
When she said, I want to make love to you, oh, come on, Lacey. There was no love making. This was wild, triple X rated. You got to put it behind the paywall on your OnlyFans type of sex. Come on now. Don't lie to
Yeah.
us.
Lisa, who is your VIP for this week?
Well, I definitely have to still go with Tommy, especially with knowing that he's now passed, because what still being such a good friend, even though he knows that Tony is such a giant piece of crap.
David, who is your VIP?
I initially had written down, I had Tommy or Alex. The reason I gave Alex consideration is because he was being honest with the mom, trying to be respectful with the mom, and he wasn't holding back. And I respect that, at least he's being upfront. But Tommy had the edge before the information we got. But definitely Tommy's my VIP this week because he's just there for Angela, was always there for her, and he's the type of friend everybody needs in their life. that friend that's going to be there for you, that's going to be honest with you about things, but is still going to help you out even when they don't agree with what you're doing.
Yeah.
I chose Glorietta's mom. She's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
She is a fierce woman, and I like her. Like you said, she asked the questions that needed to be asked. And your POS.
There were a couple choices, but I went with Tony because he is just so awful. Sorry.
He really is. David?
Mine is a tie between Lacey and Lizzie, but Lizzie gets the slight edge. Lacey simply because you're playing with two dudes' hearts, or you are playing with fire, especially in the situation with Shane. He's a young guy. This is his true first love. He truly does love you, and you're playing games with him. I don't appreciate that. But with Lizzie, you're playing with Daniel's life, with the things you didn't tell him, and now it's starting to come out. And I guarantee you, in the back of his mind, he's questioning, do I want to be involved in this? Or would I have been involved in this had I known what's going on? So it goes to her this week.
Yeah.
I chose Lacey. Nothing more needs to be said. That's Lacey. So that's about it for this week's episode. If you enjoyed the podcast, head over to Apple or Spotify to rate and review. If you'd like to continue the conversation, join our group on Facebook at Love After Lockup, Locked Down. Listen every Wednesday wherever you find your podcasts, and keep those notifications on to be the first to catch bonus episodes.
And in the meantime, don't fall in love.
And don't get locked up.
First date at Walmart, keeping it low. Told the clerk, don't judge me, I'm on parole. I brought roses, okay, 1 rose from a gas station. She said, oh babe, now that's validation. We be vibing in a halfway suite. Microwave dinners, romance elite. She my ride or die, she brought me a phone. Even snuck it in once, pre-release song. She hold me down like a key-o with charm. Except she don't mace me or twist my arm. We write vows in Sharpie on my court docs. Judge said no contact, but we beat the clocks. Love after lockup, cuffed and proud. Matching jumpsuits, now we rockin' the crowd. She said, don't mess up, I said, bet. Now we're TikTok stars with no regrets. So here's the love and second chance thrill. From a concrete bed to Netflix and chill. They said, don't catch feelings, but I caught a case of butterflies, girl, not just in one place. Ankle monitor beep. Oops, curfew gotta bounce.